All right, so Tuesday Ultimate is in the books from Cincinnati, and some of our Asian teams are alive. Some are alive, but not to win any championships this year. So let's get right into the Tuesday action. All right, and let's start with the women's action. And yes, I'm sorry, I'm at a cafe right now, so there's going to be music and talking in the back. I'm not in the home studio, the home of Asian Ultimate Life. But let's do what we can here. Like I said, we are going to the women's division. Mud went ahead and opened up their power pool campaign against Molly Brown, but went down 15-9, but did take their second game against Swiss Zuff, and that is enough to earn a spot in the play-in game into the pre-quarters. So they are still alive to take it all down. They're going to be playing Mantis from Austria. And the winner of that match will see Fury in pre-quarters. What a nice prize. All right, and Huck. Huck went ahead and beats USB Shout, a very good team from Italy, 15-10. Then went down to Atlanta, USA's Ozone, 14-10, but that was enough to go straight into the pre-quarters, and they will be awaiting the winner of the Brilliance against Fabulous game. Yes, that is a real game, the Brilliance and Fabulous game. Brilliance, the women's club from Russia, and Fabulous from Switzerland. All right. And Uno went ahead and lost to Brute Squad in their first Power Pool game, and then went ahead and lost to Brilliance as well. We watched this Brute Squad game here. Uno did play quite well. Brute Squad was on another level, incredibly athletic, but also super skilled. Uno had the skills, but could not create distance from the great defenders on Brute Squad, going down 14-12 in that one, and then down to Brilliance. And that earns them a play-in game, and in their play-in game, they're going to have to play old friends Swampy Barg, also from Japan. I'm sure these teams have played many times in the past. And they will be playing for a right to go against Atlanta's Ozone. All right. And as I mentioned, Swampy Barg were in a qualifying pool where they beat Australia's Chaos 15-10, and then went ahead and beat Fabulous 15-8. So that got them out of the qualifying pool and into the big pool, into the big bracket where they will face Uno, as I mentioned before. Now to the other side, down to Kume, did make it to a qualifying pool. They still had a shot to get into the big bracket. Could not quite do it, going down to Canada's Fusion 15-9, and then down to Yaka from France 15-10. They will be headed into the 25th place bracket. In consolation, Havoc went ahead and won their first game of the tournament over Neighbors Rampage. That was 15-9 game. And then went ahead and won their second game of the tournament against Malafama from Mexico. Solid day for the women from Singapore. And in Rampage's other game, they lost. They won a tight one against Sirens from China. Great win for Rampage. Tough one for Sirens, who also went ahead and lost another Universe Point game to Malafama. So a tough day for Sirens, but some definite improvement there, and hopefully we will see a win before the end of the tournament for them. On the stat sheet, Uno's Sayori Mizukami, boy, I don't write very clearly, with 16 assists and 20 goals, puts her number one in goals and number one overall on the score sheet in the women's division. Her teammate Tomoko Inamura is number 3 for Uno. And that's what you need to know about the women's division. Let's head on over to the men. All right, in the men's division, Nomadic Tribe went ahead and put in a good fight in their power pool, going down to Revolver 15-10, then going down to Colombian Euphoria 15-10 as well. Still good enough to get them into a play-in game against Relampagos from the Dominican Republic. The winner of that one will go against Italy's CUSB. And in qualifying pool action, Chuchai trying to fight the good fight and get on into the big bracket, but they weren't able to do so. They went down to Ford from Austria, 15-12, and then went down to Family from Germany, 15-10. They're going to be headed into the drive to 25, the bottom bracket. All right, Heat Hayes also had a shot to make it to the big show. They went down to Free Speed, 15-9, but then went ahead and beat Freeze Bees, 15-8. Still not good enough to get them into the main pool. They will be on the drive to 25 as well. Also in qualifying, Crackerjacks went down on Universe to Pagos from the Dominican Republic, but then beat Oxo from Finland, taking them to 3-3 overall, but also not getting into the main draw. And in the consolation pool, Diana Kume went ahead and had a big day, had their first win of the tournament against Big Easy from Austria, and then their second win of the tournament against Phoenix from Mexico. So what that leaves us with is Nomadic Tribe in the men's division is the last Asian team in the top 24, so we're going to be following them close. Get on it, Tribe. All right, let's head over to mixed. All right, in the mixed division, Mulatto finishes off their pool play. All these teams, their first game was all in their pool play, and then it shook all out to see where they would be in the final bracket if they were at all. Mulatto went ahead and finished their pool play action, beating Neon from Hong Kong, 15-9. That meant there was no more games yesterday for Mulatto. They won their pool and were on to the final 32. They got a big game tonight against Grut from the Netherlands, a team that went somehow were fifth seeded, I believe, overall, went 2-3 in pool play, won their crossover, and now we're in the final 32. It's about as bad a gift you can have for winning your pool as there is. It's going to be a great game. It's going to be streamed live. We're going to be watching here in Phnom Penh, 10 p.m. Cambodia time, some other time wherever you are. So yeah, go Mulatto. All right, also in late pool play action, Cafe de Luida from Japan beat Yanomami to go to 4-1, and that was enough for them to go straight into the final bracket, where they will play Battleship from Canada. Iku went ahead and won their last pool play game against Panthers Burn, taking them to 2-3, but there was a three-way tie for the third place in their pool, so they went ahead by point differential, skated into third place, and that is good enough for them to not have had to play a play-in game. So they went straight to the final bracket, where they're going to be playing the Black Eagles from Great Britain. Then there's Shinshu Loose. Shinshu Loose, don't know what to say about them. They had a less than impressive first day. I talked some crap about them. They came back and beat Mulatto and looked amazing. And I thought they were the absolute noise. Then they come back yesterday and lose their final pool play game against Marvelous DC, putting them into a play-in, and where they won 13-9 over Freak Show. I have no idea what to expect from this team. When they're at their best, they are really good. When they're not, I don't know what's up with them. So, come on, Shinshu, do something. All right, in the final pool play for Freak Show, they went down on Universe Point to Sesquidistas. And then what? Oh, of course. Yeah, and then they had the play-in against Shinshu Loose, which they lost, and they are joining the herd to 33rd in the consolation pool. Then you had Chuckies. Chuckies went ahead and lost to Grut in their final pool play game, taking them to 2-4 and taking them into a play-in game to get into the final 32, which they won over Kisumu from Kenya, kind of from Kenya, but definitely a full-on win for Chuckies. Nice job, guys. They are headed to the final 32, where they are meeting Crash from Canada. Great challenge for Chuckies. We're behind you guys. You got this. All right, Neon in their play-in game after losing to Mulatto had to play those Frenchies from Sesquidistas. Not able to do much with them. Went down 15-8, and they're part of the herd to 33rd as well. Boom from Korea won their final pool play game against Flying Tigers from South Africa. But in the play-in, faced that crazy group team. It's pronounced like or some crazy Dutch thing. Went down 15-8, and they're part of the herd as well. And Stall 7 finished off their pool play campaign. I think they actually lost that game. That's my bad on the score sheet. And then he went ahead and lost to Switzerland's Wizards. Still looking for the first win for ... Raghuveer and crew. So what does that leave us with? That leaves us with a few teams headed on, Shinshu and Mulatto and Chucky's and Eco and Cafe de Luida. And then a few teams headed to the herd to 33rd, Stall 7 and Boom and Neon. And what else we got? Antonio Francisco is still number 1 on the overall scoring sheet with 21 assists and 12 goals. And I think that's it for mixed as far as my notes go. And that's what happened on Tuesday. So check out Mulatto versus Crook tonight, and I will be back to tell you about all that happened tomorrow. All right, peace.